guys, I am super excited for this video because I'm gonna try something a little bit different. So I've been going through a vintage magic collection that I purchased, and I've been showing you guys one box at a time, every single card. And what I thought I might try this time is to do ASMR. I just thought the subject matter is relaxing anyway, and sometimes I have a soft-spoken voice, and this could just be a good way to show you the cards and also wind down and hopefully help you relax or maybe even go to sleep. So I'm just gonna do what I usually do and go one card at a time. So this box, it was mostly Ice Age. There was a little bit randomly of Revised and some Fallen Empires. I'm going to start with the Ice Age. And by the way, guys, I would always appreciate your feedback. Am I not whispering well enough? Should I whisper like this? Or is like this good? I find whispering like this kind of hard. Whispering is actually surprisingly hard. It's like harder than normal talking. So, any feedback on what you guys prefer is appreciated, so I know what I should be doing. I might switch and flip and flop between both voices throughout the video and just do whatever comes natural. But maybe you guys can also give me feedback on like other sounds, like scratching the cards like this, or putting the cards. Because the other day I was just like, I was moving the cards in the tray in the video like I normally do, and I thought, oh, that could be a good trigger. Feedback, always welcome, always growing. But let's start. We have Illusionary Forces. Icy Prison. Iceberg. Ice Flow. Hymn of Rebirth. Hyolapterus Lemur. There's actually a funny story behind this card. So the artist, shout outs to Richard Thomas, he was given the name of the card and he thought they meant lemur, like the animal lemur. So that's why he drew this. But a lemur is actually a spirit or something. Pretty funny. And this guy's pretty cute. Yeah. Hurricane. Howl from Beyond. Hot Springs. Whore Shade. No, you're a whore. Hyperion? Hyperion? I don't know. But she's pretty. Hematite Talisman. Heal. Hollowed Ground. Grizzled Wolverine. Green Scarab. Maybe I'll read some of the cards too. Grave Bind. Target creature cannot regenerate this turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. That was a big thing in Ice Age. Draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Gorilla Pack. Give me 1 second. Snowman. When blocking, Goblin Snowman neither deals nor receives damage in combat. Tap. Goblin Snowman deals 1 damage to target creature and blocks. Goblin Ski Patrol. I'm not gonna read it, it's bad. Goblin Sappers. Target creature you control cannot be blocked this turn. And destroy that creature and goblins. Oh my god. Sorry, creature can open up. Oh. Interesting. Pretty bad. Goblin Mutant. Goblin Liar. This is an interesting card. Sacrifice Goblin Liar. Flip a coin. Target opponent calls heads or tails while the coin is in the air. If the flip ends up in your favor, Goblin Liar deals star damage to that opponent, where star is equal to the number of creatures you control. Otherwise, Goblin Liar deals star damage to you, where star is the number of creatures the opponent controls. This is a really cool card. I think it's a rare. Glaciers. During your upkeep, pay white, blue, or destroy glaciers. All mountains become plains. And part of me wishes they still made cards like this. I think it would spice things up. But they were really big on hateful cards like this back in the day. Basically, hose an entire color with one card. I think it's funny. Glacial Wall. Look at that cute wolf. Giant Trapdoor Spider. Believe it or not, this card was the centerpiece of a Pro Tour winning deck. It was a 3 or 4 of in the deck. Interesting history. Way back in the day. General Jarkild or Yarkild. Tap switch to blocking creatures with 2 target attacking creatures. All defense must remain legal. Use this ability only during combat, after defense is chosen, and before damage is dealt. I have no clue what that card does after reading it one time. Did you guys figure it out? You may choose to have it deal no damage to defending player in this turn. If you do so, it instead deals damage equal to its power to any target creature. I'm sorry if it's unsettling if I'm changing my tone of voice back and forth, but I'm trying to find what's comfortable for me too. Hope you guys can understand that. I'm still not used to whispering like this. I kind of find whispering like this a little bit more natural, so I might stick with that. Gangrous zombies. Tap. Sacrifice Gangrous zombies to have it deal 1 damage to each creature and player. If you control any snow-covered swamps, Gangrous zombies instead deals 2 damage to each creature and player. That's actually not bad. Huh. Findhorn, Pollen, cumulative upkeep 1. All creatures get -1, -0. 1 in a green. All creatures get -1, -0 until end of turn. And for those of you youngsters, here's what cumulative upkeep means. So on your first upkeep after this comes into play, you have to pay 1 or sacrifice it. And then the turn after that, you have to pay 2. Etc., etc. Findhorn, Brownie. Findhorn, Bow. I guess this was like kind of equipment before they had equipment. So remember, they didn't make equipment until Mirrodin. Original Mirrodin. Filja. Actually, guys, give me 1 second. There's something interesting about this. FY, I'm looking it up right now. So a Filja is, in Nordic folklore and mythology, a Filja. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Let me see. It's pronounced Filgia. In Nordic folklore and mythology, a Filgia is a supernatural being or spirit which accompanies a person in connection to their fate or fortune. They can appear to people in their sleep as dream women, or appear to them while awake, often in the disembodied spiritual form of an enemy. Oh my goodness. And I guess there are like games you can play online and figure out what is your Filgia. That seems pretty fun and cute. I guess the bear in the artwork is that guy's Filgia. I guess it's similar to a familiar, but it's a spirit, it's not a living being. Let's read what it does. When it comes into play, put 4 healing counters on it. 0. Remove a healing counter from Filgia to prevent 1 damage to the creature it enchants. Pay 2 and a white. Put a healing counter on Filgia. That's really cool. That's a pretty cute card. You should play it in your commander deck that abuses auras. Yeah. Alright, so we lingered on that card for a while, but that's what we're doing. We're kind of just going with the flow, and we're relaxing. Next card is Fumarole. Pay 3 life. Destroy target creature and target land. See, the way this is worded today, this would be worded as an additional cost to cast, pay 3 life. Freyalise's Winds. Oh, this card's really mean, I think. Let's read it. Whenever a permanent becomes tapped, put a wind counter on it. Permanents with any wind counters on them do not untap during their controller's untap phase. Instead, remove all wind counters from those permanents. So it basically makes it so permanents only untap every other turn. Wow. You gotta put this in your commander deck right away. Freyalise's Winds. Winds, 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 winds. Freyalise Supplicant. Tap, sacrifice a red or white creature to have Freyalise Supplicant deal an amount of damage equal to half that creature's power, rounded down, down, down to target creature or player. Interesting. Direct damage in green. Freyalise's Charm. Pay 2 green. Whenever an opponent casts a black spell, draw a card. Return Freyalise's Charm to its owner's hand by paying 2 green. I think there were decks that abused this because you could keep bouncing it to your hand and replay it. And you use like an enchantress and keep drawing cards. That's pretty cool. Fox Fire. The Fox. 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 Untap target attacking creature. The creature neither receives nor deals damage in combat this turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Interesting. Foul Familiar. Cannot be declared as a blocker. Black, pay 1 life. Return Foul Familiar to its owner's hands. Effects. No. Okay, basically, yeah, okay. You can pay a black and bounce it to your hand. Sure. Oh, this card's good. Formation. Target creature gains banding until the end of turn. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So the reason this card is good is you play it in like Feather the Redeem decks. And if basically you get to copy the spell and draw a bunch of cards. Yeah. It's like Feather the Redeemed or some other commander. I know the mono red one is Zada, but there's one with white cards too that I don't remember the name of. Target opponent chooses target card from your graveyard. You may pay green to have that opponent choose a new target. But I definitely need the modern Oracle text to understand that. I have no idea what that card does right now. Did you guys figure it out? Force Void. Counter target spell unless that spell's caster pays an additional 1. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. I mean, it's like a force spike with a delayed cantrip, but at 3, that's pretty bad. Forbidden Lore. Enchant land. By the way, I want to know what she's doing on Sunday. What do you guys think she's doing on Sunday? Would she talk to me or ignore me? Let me know. When Forbidden Lore comes into play, choose target land. 0. Tap the land that Forbidden Lore enchants to give target creature +2/+1 until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Okay. Folk of the Pines. Terrible card, nothing to see here really, but her outfit is pretty cool. Cumulative upkeep 1 cannot be blocked by non-wall creatures. So you guys gotta remember something. Back in the day, walls were a huge deal. So this card probably was actually pretty good back in the day. But the cumulative upkeep probably just makes it bad. Pretty cool. Flooded Woodlands. No green creature can attack unless its controller sacrifices a land whenever that creature attacks. Wow. That's the type of card that I love. Okay. Next we have Flare. Flare deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Flame Spirit. Ooh. That's a cool card. Fiery Justice. Deals 5 damage divided any way you choose among any number of target creatures under players. Target opponent gains 5 life. Obviously, it doesn't matter if they gain 5 life. You just dealt 5 damage divided among creatures. So, hopefully you got good value out of this. That's such a cool card. Fear. Excuse me. Target creature cannot be blocked except by artifact creatures or black creatures. And then obviously they eventually made Fear a mechanic. Fear. Fanatical Fervor. Target creature gains trample and gets +3/+0 until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute. Whoa, that guy, he looks like, I can't remember. Is Beavis the blonde one or Butthead? He looks like Beavis or Butthead. Tell me, am I tripping, guys? But he definitely, I think he looks like that. Yeah. Essence, whoa. Do we know where she's going? This video is gonna get demonetized, I don't care. Maybe not. But she looks happy to see you. She already gave you her number yesterday. Why haven't you followed up? She wants to meet you. Out back, behind the Walmart. Go ahead, go meet her. Essence Flare. That's a terrible card. Essence Filter. Destroy all enchantments or destroy all non-white enchantments. Wow. So it's kind of like Tranquility, but it has like upside because you can choose to destroy only non-white enchantments. That's really cool. I like that. Errantry. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0. If that creature attacks, no other creatures. Oh, terrible. Terrible card. Errant Minion. Enchant creature. During target creature's upkeep, Errant Minion deals 2 damage to variation. May pay 1 for each 1 damage issue which is prevent. That is pretty bad. Enervate. Tap target artifact, creature, or land. Draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Elvish Healer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. An elf in white. That always fascinates me. I think there are a few elves that are white. This might be one of the first ones, or the first one. Obviously, 99% of elves are green. And some are black. I don't think any are blue or red. Some of them are white. Tap. Prevent 1 damage to any non-green creature. Or up to 2 damage to any green creature. That's really cool. Elemental Augury. Pay 3. Look at the top 3 cards of the target player's library. Put them on the top of that player's library in any order. That could be really mean. Kind of like Lantern Control. Okay. Earth Lore. Actually, I'm getting used to this. Yeah, let's do that. When Earth Lore comes into play, choose target land you control 0. Tap the land Earth Lore. See, they had this convoluted wording, whereas today it would just say enchant land or aura enchant land, and then this 0 wouldn't be here. It would just the land. It would say like enchanted land has tap. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Earth Link. It's Jund. During your upkeep, pay 2 or bury Earthlink. When a creature is put into the graveyard from play, that creature's controller sacks a land? Wow. That's super funny. This will make some really fun Commander games. Yeah. Super fun. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it affects you too. That is not as good. If it only affected your opponents, that probably would be busted though. Yeah. Dwarven Armory. 2, sack a land. Put a +2/+2 counter on target creature. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Drought. During your upkeep, pay white or destroy Drought before a spell that requires black as part of its casting cost may be cast, or an ability that requires black as part of its activation cost may be played. The controller of that spell or ability sacks a swamp for each black in that spell's casting cost or the abilities. Wow, they really did not even remotely care about making people happy back in the day. This card is really mean. Yeah. Drift of the Dead. Has power and toughness equal to the number of snow cards. Actually, that card is not bad. Actually, now that I think about it, I sell this occasionally. People like to build snow decks, and Obviously this can get pretty big in a snow deck. So. Dreams of the Dead. This card is really cool. I feel like this card is kind of underrated. Pay 1 and a blue. Take target white or black creature from your graveyard and put it directly into play. That creature now requires a cumulative upkeep of 2. If that creature leaves play, remove it from the game. Okay, I guess giving it the cumulative upkeep of 2 is bad, but at the same time, if you can bring back a couple creatures and just like win the game on the spot, or maybe if you can like bring the creature back and then blink it, that like gets rid of the cumulative upkeep because it comes back as a new thing. Yeah, I feel like this card is slept on a little bit. Really cool card, especially in blue. Blue doesn't normally get to directly reanimate creatures. They can do like artifacts, but not creatures. Dread white. At end of combat, put a paralyzation. I'm not reading all that, but I'm happy for you. Dire wolves, like in Game of Thrones. Gains banding if you control any planes. Death ward, regenerate target creature. Oh, here's a fun one. Curse of Merit Liege. When Curse of Merit Liege comes into play, tap all islands. Islands do not untap during their controller's untap phase. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Let's just admire that one for a moment. Oh, this one. I sell a lot of these. Cooperation. Target creature gains banding. That's really cool. I'm not going to explain how banding works right now, because I'd have to write a dissertation, but maybe later. Conquer. Gain control of enchanted land. Yep. Actually, there was a pretty cool video I saw a while ago that explained banding, and it's actually like less complicated than people think. But I still don't remember how it works, so I'm not going to explain it. Cold Snap. Cumulative upkeep 2. During each player's upkeep, Cold Snap deals 1 damage to that player for each snow-covered land he or she controls. Wow. Yeah, so if you have a money bags in your play group for Commander and they use all the snow-covered lands and you don't get to have any, you can play this to get revenge. Yeah. Cloak of Confusion. If the target creature you control attacks and is not blocked, you may choose to have it deal no damage to the defending player this turn. If you do so, that player discards a card at random. It basically turns the creature into Hypnotic Spectre. That's pretty cool. Clairvoyance. Look at target player's hand, draw a card in the beginning next. Oh. That's actually not bad. It's like the original Gitaxian Probe. Because they printed Peak, which is look at target player's hand, draw a card. And this is obviously even regressed further from that, where you draw a card in the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Oh, here we go. Circle Protection, white. Circle of Protection, red. That's the actually good one. Circle of Protection, green. Circle of Protection, blue. Circle of protection, black. Oh, and there he is, the chubby. He ate a manhole. People like that card for their frog decks. Okay. Oh, I keep putting this in the wrong spot. Centaur Archer. Celestial Sword, 3 tap. So creature you control gets +3/+3 on turn. At end of turn, Berry. Come on, you really have to have that last sentence there? That's terrible. It's already a 6 drop and you have to pay 3 to tap it. Well, I guess back in the day that's what they did. Caribou Range. When it enters, choose target land you control. Pay a white and tap Caribou Range to put a Caribou token into play. Treat it as a 0/1. 0. Sacrifice Caribou Range. Sacrifice a Caribou token to gain 1 life. Interesting. That's pretty cool. If you have a way to like make a lot of tokens and then make it so all your tokens are Caribou, you could just have this sack outlet in white. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Brown Oof. 1 and a green tap. Counter target artifact ability requiring activation cost. Play this ability as an interrupt. Yeah. Okay, we have Brine Shaman. Tap. Second creature to give target creature +2/+2 to turn. 1 blue. Sacrifice creature to counter target creature spell. That's really cool. Cool card. We like that. Breath of Dreams. Cumulative upkeep blue. Green creatures each require an additional cumulative upkeep of 1. Wow. That's pretty cool. Okay. Bone Shaman. It's really bad, really terrible card, to be honest. Blue Scarabs. Our creature gets +2/+2 on any opponent from the blue cards. That creature cannot be blocked by blue creatures. These Scarabs are not bad. Blizzard. Cumulative upkeep 2. You cannot cast Blizzard if you control no snow-covered lands. Creatures with flying not untapped and controls untapped. That's pretty cool. Creatures with flying, they don't untap. And they're going to be pretty crying about that. Gain 1 life. Draw a card at the beginning. Next turns up the Blessed Wine. That's my in-law getting drunk on a Monday morning at 10 a.m. because they hate their life. I'm just kidding. I don't have any in-laws. But I'm sure there is someone doing that on a Monday morning. Black Scarab. Binding Grasp. That dragon is really biting the other one. He needs to learn how to be more polite. Yeah. Okay. Battle Frenzy. All green creatures you control get +1/+1 to turn. All non-green creatures. If at instant speed. That's actually pretty good. I'm sure people use that in Commander, right? Yeah. By the way, I haven't even been trying to whisper, but I hope my voice is like ASMR-y enough for you. I'll try whispering again for a little while, I promise. Battle Cry. Untap all white creatures you control. Any creature that blocks this turn gets +0/+0 until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Oh, I like this card. Baton. Wait, wrong place. I promise I'll get it right eventually and not ruin everything. Baton of Morale. 2. Target creature gains banding until end of turn. Actually, I've seen this used in a Hirobi Death's Wail deck. That black commander that says whenever a creature becomes targeted of a spell ability, destroy it. So basically you could play this and just pay 2 to repeatedly destroy any creature. Yeah. The goblins would kill to get a hold of this one. Arkham Dagson, Soldevi, Machinist. The famous Arkham Dagson. Barbed Sextant. Ha, it says sex on it. Pay 1, tab, sacrifice Barbed Sextant to add 1 mana of any quality. Draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. It's like a really bad chromatic star. Barbarian Guides, 2 and a red, tap. Target creature you control gains a snow-covered land with the ability of your choice to end a turn. And in a turn, return that creature to its owner's hand. Wow, that's terrible. Balduvian Shaman. I'm definitely not going to read that, sorry. Balduvian Conjurer. Target snow-covered land becomes a 2/2 creature in a turn. That's actually pretty neat. Kills a land. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll make myself sleepy here. Balduvian Bears. Hey guys, this is actually a good card because, and I'm not even being ironic, because people build bear decks. And like Grizzly Bear and Moonclaw Bears, they've been reprinted a million times. But this card has never been reprinted. So it is functionally a Grizzly Bear, but this specific Balduvian Bears has only been printed in Ice Age. Actually, I think it was also in like Deckmaster or Beatdown box set or something, but that's a really small set. But yeah, this card is actually fairly liquid. They're a hardy bunch, but I'd still bet that they just slept through the worst of the old times. The cold times. Disa, the Restless, journal entry. Didn't they make Disa into a commander recently? And good old Quentin Hoover. That bear looks pretty friendly. Yeah. Balduvian Barbarians. Oh, let's read this one. Avalanche. X, 2 red. Destroy X target snow-covered lands. That's funny. The pass was completely blocked by the avalanche. We're forced to turn. No one cares. Aurochs. Trample. When attacking, Aurochs gets +1/+0 for each other Aurochs that attacks. Orangelots. Ascent. Orangelot. Am I pronouncing that right? Guys, how would you pronounce this? Is it Orangelot? Cumulative upkeep, blue. Pay 1, target creature gains flying until end of turn. You see, that is like an interesting effect, but the cumulative upkeep just makes it so fucking terrible. Like, you'd never want to play that. Armor of Faith. Enchant creature. It gets +1/+1. +1/+1. That's pretty cool. Arensen's Aura. Pay a white, sack an enchantment, destroy target enchantment. Pay 5, counter. Yeah, you combo this with Enchanted Evening. You can pay white to basically sack any permanent and vindicate any permanent. Yeah. She also looks like she's about ready to go out on a Friday night. Maybe meet up with your friend. Yeah. We're almost at the end. Don't worry. Arkham's Whistle. I'm not reading that. You know what? I changed my mind. I'll read it. 3 tap. Target non-wall creature must attack. And in return, destroy that creature if it could not attack. Okay, target non-wall creature must attack, and in turn, destroy it if it could not. Okay. Use this ability only during the creature's controller's turn before the attack. The creature's controller may counter this effect by paying X, where X is equal to the creature's casting cost. Huh. Alright, I'm curious how that's worded now with the Oracle text. I'm going to look it up. I'm sure it has the word goad in it. Goad, G-O-A-D. Arkham Whistle. Using Scryfall. Shout out to Scryfall. Choose target non-wall creature the active player has controlled continuously since the beginning of the turn. That player may pay X, where X is that creature's mana value. If they don't pay, the creature attacks this turn if able. And at the beginning of the next end step, destroy it if it didn't attack. Activate only before attackers are declared. Alright, let me see if I can make this make more sense with fewer words. Okay, so it's a 3-drop artifact. You pay 3 and tap it to activate it, okay. You choose a non-wall creature. Okay, it can be any creature, it just can't be a wall. And then that creature also has to have been controlled continuously since the beginning of the turn. Oh, I understand. So you, like, if they play a creature, you can't just pay 3 and tap this and target that creature, because that would mean that creature can't attack, and you'd basically just be paying 3 to destroy the creature. Which is why they put the stipulation of it had to have been in place at the beginning of the turn. Okay, that makes sense. Huh. And I kind of understand the flavor aspect, that it's a whistle. That's actually kind of an interesting card. Arkham's Weathervane. 2 tap. Target snow-covered land becomes a non-snow-covered land of the same type. Excuse me. Mark the changed land with a counter. Target non-snow-covered basic land becomes snow-covered, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm sure you can do some shenanigans with that. Okay, and then we have Arkham's Slay. 2 tap. Attacking this turn does not cause target creature to tap. You cannot use this ability. Defending player controls no snow-covered lands. I was about to say that this card is actually pretty good because it's only a 1-drop, and you can basically pay 2 and tap to give target creature vigilance. But the no snow-covered lands thing makes it terrible. Arctic Foxes. If defending player controls any snow-covered lands, no creature with power greater than 1 may be assigned to block Arctic Foxes. Oh, that's cool. And he's a cutie. Look at him. I want to pet him. Yeah. Okay. Aggression. Target non-wall creature Gains first strike and trample at the end of his controller's turn. Destroy that creature if it did not attack. That's cool. Okay, and we got, I think, 2 more cards. But don't worry, you're almost so good of me. 1 white. Summon Unicorn. A Darkar Unicorn. Tap, add blue or blue. Wait, what? Oh, add blue or blue and 1 colorless. This mana is usable only for cumulative upkeep. Oh, that's interesting. And I think, so the reason, if they printed this card today, it would probably just say tap, add blue and a colorless. But they had this, like the option to tap it for less. Because there used to be mana burn. You youngsters might not even know what mana burn is. Look it up. Mana burn. Magic the Gathering is a crazy game. A Darkar Sentinel. And okay, that's it for Ice Age. And now the video's over. Not really. There were some other things in the box. We had a little bit of revised. Iron Star. Hurricane. Hurloon Minotaur. And Howl from Beyond. Yay. Well, I think there were also a little bit of other cards that I can't remember. Oh yeah, so I found a few Fire Covenants, which is exciting. This is a good one. Yeah, there was this one, Halls of Mist. No creature can attack if it attacked during its controller's last turn. Yeah, and there's some other things, but anyway, guys, I appreciate this. In a long video. It's my longest video ever, and it was just some relaxing ASMR with Ice Age from the collection. And I hope you guys keep in touch, because I'm going to continue going through the rest of the boxes and show you what else I get. So I hope I didn't do a terrible job on my first ASMR attempted video. I appreciate all your feedback. If you made it this far in the video, you should comment. Leave in the comments a I don't know, leave in the comments your favorite emoji, and I'll see you on the flip. Goodbye. I love you.